Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Will Donald Trump be made to strike Iran all the way or again or not? There are two opposing forces, at least two opposing forces. There could be others with nuances who fight to see if Trump will fight for those interests or he will hold off and maybe turn around and promote the American interest. Attacking Iran is not, I would say, in the interest of the United States of America. The consequences could be devastating. And for what and for whom? The same thing. You want to go to war with Russia for Ukraine or not? You want? You go first. So I have here about 8 articles in which I will show you how some media outlets and some American institutions, which is in this case CIA and the Defense Intelligence Agency, they come with conflicting reports regarding Trump's bombardment of, or the American bombardment of the Iranian some nuclear sites. Remember, Trump, I think he wants to say, I've done it, I destroyed everything, let's move on. That's all, that's how far I will go. But the guys behind that, I think he'd like to appease, they're not going to let him off the hook. They want everything going further and further, which is dragging this country in a war with Iran for those interests. So I will show you, after he came and he said, we obliterated those. He thought that I did it, everybody's happy. No, you're dealing with fanatics, Mr. Trump. You're not dealing with regular people, whatever that is, okay? So they want you to go in. Therefore, they said, actually, the U.S. attack was not successful. Actually, it was mild. It didn't do anything. You have to do it again. And they attack him on his ego. Donald Trump has a big ego. Remember, everything that he does is the greatest, never seen before, perfect, beautiful, big, and so on, which is good to a certain extent. Now, when reality remains far from your delusion, when this distance gets bigger, then we have a problem. Big mistakes will be made. It's like you want to fight, you get so tough, you think you're so good, bring me here Usyk, I will fuck him up, man. Or bring me, whomever you want. I will fuck him up. Why? Because your delusion got so far away from where actually you are, you're going to get hurt. They might bring Usyk and he's going to fuck you up. So the same here with Trump. He goes too far ahead. I think he's losing it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So I have here a few reports. So remember, the first report that said, the attack was not really that good, did not achieve its goals because the Iranian concrete, like the Roman concrete, remember the ancient Roman concrete that we lost the way to do it? Stronger than any concrete we have right now. Somehow, those aliens, man. Anyway, so because of the bunkers, everything that they have out there so deep, our bombs could not blow them up. So that means try again better, right? Maybe some nukes would fix things. This is how those fanatics are trying to push Trump. Then CIA comes now and says, actually, we destroyed everything. And then you have media, no, you didn't. So it seems like CIA Intel contradicts the Defense Intelligence Agency, which says, no, I don't think we did a good job. This guy CIA said, no, we did. The media, no, you didn't. Now, as a result of the attacks, Iran will accelerate its work towards what? Towards its defense. Certain defense. How do you acquire that? When you get the same weapons the other person has, which is nuclear weapons. So was it a good thing to scare Iran into saying, oh, the Americans are going to attack us more next? I don't think so. So let's start with the first article. Coming from CBS News. CIA says Intel, it's Intel of CIA, shows Iran's nuclear program severely damaged by Trump's strike. So these guys from CIA now come and say, no need for more strikes. We did it. That's it. Gone. Move on. But you got the other side, right? We'll see. The heads of the two key American intelligence agencies issued statements Wednesday on what they say was new, quote-unquote, intelligence on the damage resulting from the recent U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, each noting the Iranian program was likely to have been set back years. And we have here, the statement were released after President Donald Trump decried a leak. Preliminary assessment produced by Defense Intelligence Agency, these guys right here. So these guys right here said, what? Where is that? Said nuclear program had only been pushed back by a matter of months. So it's either these guys are right, Defense Intelligence Agency, or CIA is right. Well, it depends what people are working for them. Next, CIA believes Iran's nuclear program has been severely damaged. So it's a fight between CIA reports and Mr. DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency. Go and check them out. So this is the military arm. This is the Pentagon arm of the intelligence. CIA is one thing, these guys are the other thing. Like in Soviet Union, if you remember, you had the KGB, which was internal and external, like together CIA and the FBI. And then you had the GRU, was that the Soviet military intelligence. The same thing is in Ukraine as well. So then we have this guy coming from out of the woodwork, and this is according to CNN. Retired General David Petraeus. Damage done by the combination of Israeli and US strikes is very, very substantial. He doesn't like it. Mr. Wolf Blitzer, he doesn't like it right there. I guarantee you why. Because he wants these guys here to do his job. You know who? All right. This is what he says. Former commander and CIA director. So he's the director of the CIA, my friends. Former. So it's the guys who come and say, believes Iran's nuclear program has been severely damaged. Not from these guys. Not from these guys' part. He says that no. He says, waiting on damage with Wolf Blitzer, where what he thinks about the risk of Tehran could still have access to enriched uranium. This guy's gonna push for, oh my god, they're gonna attack American people and lives. He did for us. And this guy's gonna play? No. Next. Israel-Iran truce holds, but Iran threatens to accelerate nuclear work. CBS News. So these guys are pushing for war. Oh, you didn't solve the problem. Go and do it for the world peace. While in the meantime, we are allowed to have nuclear weapons. Next. And our friends are coming to help as always. Just kidding, right? Mossad thanks CIA for help with Operation Rising Lion. How about Rising Goat? For a change. Goat herders. All right, let's move on. Boom. Trump rages through night over leak of humiliating Iran flop. So this was how, in the 24th, how it was reported. And he's obviously like look at that chicken ass. All right. This is how it was reported to hurt his ego. That means go to war. After he said that I obliterated them. Why? And remember, leak. It was a leak of humiliating Iran flop. The same guys from the Daily Beast. They don't work for the American people, I guarantee you that. Trump hit by devastating intel leak of Iran bombing flop. Another one. And then we find out here, White House plans to limit classified info it shares with Congress on Iran attack. That means these guys, what's wrong with you, man? All right. So the Trump administration is planning to limit classified information shared with Congress. The move comes after a classified initial intelligence assessment. That's from these guys, from the bad guys, military industrial complex. I'm not defending these guys. These guys are not the good guys either. Don't get me wrong. For us, I'm talking about. We the people, showed that U.S. military strikes President Donald Trump ordered on Iran's nuclear facilities last weekend did not completely destroy the country's nuclear program, but likely set it back a few months, according to sources familiar with the early findings. The administration is planning to limit classified information it shared to CAPNet, the classified information shared system used by both the House and the Senate, the source says. So that means what? I don't like the assessment, and I'm not going to let you know about it. I personally would like to know exactly what the assessment is, but you can't because there's a lot of politics here and a lot of forces involved in this. My point is this drinking game. There are one that I know for sure, who wants the United States of America to do what Pontius Pilatus did to Jesus Christ then, if that's true. But I don't care if it's true or not. The analogy is good enough, or the story is good enough for me. This group wants to get Jesus, but they don't want to do it themselves because they can't. They have to be virtuous. But they're okay if someone else, I'm losing my voice, if someone else does it for them. Therefore, remember, hey, Pontius, you found him not guilty. We're going to tell Caesar that you're not enforcing the law here and you're not good, and you're going to blackmail and threats and so on. So Pontius says, okay, you want him? After he whipped him, remember, Jesus Christ Superstar, the whips, whatever. So go and listen to it. I'm talking about Ian Gillan from Deep Purple's vocals, not others. And it's one made, Jesus Christ Superstar, made by 2 years ago or 3 years ago, maybe. And it has I think he's Norwegian or Swedish guy. He doesn't look Swedish, but I include there's another production with Nazis and all. But anyway, it's a good performance as well. Watch that too. The guy is a very tall guy, dressed as a SS officer, dressed in Hugo Boss clothing. That's why they look so cool, because they were designed by Hugo. Hugo Boss designed the German uniforms. They didn't build them, they designed them. I say, oh, let me see how we look. White shoulders, bang, manliness. What? Art. Art is art. Don't hurt me. No more. All right, so my friend, they had Pontius Pilatus do their dirty job. And when you go and ask some imbeciles, who killed Jesus? Oh, it was the Romans. It's like you said, the pistol killed that guy. No, but who was holding the pistol? Are you an anti? Your scripture says that. And as you know, the scripture was written under the divine the spirit. Thank you very much for being with me again, my friends. Remember, we are in the same situation. Some groups, and that's not the only one, try to fix their plans, their problems with other people's lives. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Maybe CIA and the military are a little bit in a collision course. When I say CIA, is just temporary. It's not maybe the guy in charge of the CIA is the right guy, but he's gonna go out, and then the really right guy comes in and follows the deep state's narrative. I don't want to say orders. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.